Hi, this is Wishop, and this is the March reading for 2019. These are playing cards. I've already done the January and February columns, so now I'm going to do the March, and I will refer to those, I guess, as it makes sense. I really felt like what was coming up were ideas of sacred vows and sacred promises, and they could be things with other people or promises and commitments you're making to yourself. But the need to allow yourself some breathing room to fine tune these approaches without considering yourself a failure or being hard on yourself or feeling like you can never succeed at whatever it is you're involved in. So here are the March cards. They are from the Bicycle House Blend deck. I like these. I like universal backs where I can't tell what direction the cards are until I turn them. So anyway, these will be nice. You can see they're kind of brown, various shades of coffee. Oh, here we go. Okay, 7 of clubs, 5 of clubs, King of diamonds. Okay, so I read these as uprights or reverses based on the number of pips pointing up or down. So in this case, it would be 5 of clubs in reverse, 7 of clubs in the upright, and King of diamonds. So obviously, there is the idea that we've been working on something, and it looks like it's been something that is affecting our everyday life. So I think of things like body, finances, home related issues, the people closest to us. It's something quite tangible that's been in process, even though it started from this upwelling of emotion, something that we wanted or desired was kind of the cause for this. And then we've been going through this working process, working out the kinks, trying to deal with the obstacles as they come up, and realizing that our resistance to things comes from reasons. We have reasons for the way we feel about things, our immediate responses, and sometimes we really have to unpack those in order to make progress in a new way, because our habits of mind and activity, they didn't just come out of nothing. Even if it's bad ideas layered on bad circumstances, those are still reasons, and kind of defusing the bombs so that you can make good changes without completely going crazy or going off the deep end. That can be a challenging thing. So if that's something you're doing, I hope that you're having good luck with it, but most importantly, I hope that you're being nice to yourself, and realizing that you wouldn't be facing, quote unquote, failures or setbacks if you weren't actually getting to the heart of the issues. That's what creates resistance. You start getting really down to the nitty gritty of what is creating circumstances or behaviors or habits of mind. And that's when the resistance gets very strong. It can get very strong. So if you've encountered that, let that be a message to you that you've actually been aiming in the right direction, and if the goal is still worthy enough to you, if you still want it and desire it, go back again. Maybe you don't do it the same way. Maybe you try and sneak up on it from the side. But there are definitely ways to succeed. Here, you're taking the high ground. And so there is that sense of personal mastery. And I really have liked to see those cards in this set generally. That in each set, there are cards of becoming mature, becoming self actualized, becoming a master of something. And really, when I see the 5 of clubs in reverse, I think of running your own race. Basically, Maybe you started a vow or a promise with someone else. There were some signs of partnership in these readings. So maybe you started a process with someone else and it feels like it's going better for them than it is for you. That's not necessarily the case. You can get more out of the process than you even get out of the goal, which might sound funny, but it's true. You can get more out of a failure than you do out of a success. You can grow more, learn more, you can gain more happiness. I know it sounds odd, or it might to some people sound odd. You can become more happy after a really proper failure than you are after a success that didn't cause you to have to re-examine or deal with long-standing issues that really could use some attention. When those issues come up and they get your attention and you actually find ways to deal with them, and here I can see that you're putting in the energy to deal with them, that is where the success is. You know, forget the goal, forget whatever sticker you were going to give yourself, or maybe that somebody else has given themselves. Maybe somebody else has, hit their target for, they were going to, increase the length of the runs they did, and they're doing it better than you. They're doing it faster than you. What about your race? Are you running your race? Are you mastering the things that got you into this idea or this goal in the first place? Because if you are, then you're the winner. You are the king of diamonds. You have it all. This is Midas. This is the everything you're touching, turns to gold. And this is also a card that I use for the vault, the safe, the bank safe, the treasure chest. So it's really nice to me to see that that's where we end. We start here with actually what was the Queen of Hearts. So we started with a desire, a wish, a want, something deep within, something that had a lot of feeling tied to it. And we're ending this first quarter with some concrete achievements. But it wasn't totally easy, right? We had some resistance from ourselves and others, some feelings perhaps that this wasn't working with our normal life. There were adjustments that weren't so great. There were also, sort of desires to try to pin things down too fast, to resolve the tension, because it's uncomfortable when you're working through these things and you just think, I just want to solve the problem. Maybe if I get the more expensive gym equipment, I can solve my problem. Maybe the problem I'm having with adopting this diet is that I haven't spent enough on something. I'm dealing with some money issues because I think there'll be some temptations to solve things in quick ways, and sometimes solving things in quick ways can mean spending when you don't really need to spend for it, because the emotional issues are complicated. So you're like, can't I just buy my way out of this problem? Or can't I fight my way out of this problem? So you start resisting, arguing with yourself, throwing things away, kicking things to the curb. If you're decluttering, that is something a lot of people are doing. Do it from a very honest place and give yourself time to do it. You don't have to do it all in a weekend, because you may end up being hasty. And if you have to go back and rebuy things that you threw out that you actually do need because you were just in such a frenzy to see a big change, you're not going to be necessarily further ahead. So try to resist the urge to go for that super quick fix, whatever it is. And this could be a relationship too. If you find yourself in a new, wonderful relationship, which was also kind of hinted in the January cards, don't feel like you have to lock it down and take it to, every possible legal or domestic conclusion immediately. And I know that's hard, but I think if you are a little bit patient as you work your way through this and run your own race, really evaluate things by your own standards, you are going to get the gold. You are going to get the thing that you want. And I think even more besides. I think you're going to get even more than you dreamed of if you can be a little patient with yourself as you're working through what is probably a very large and important change in your life. So I hope things are going great for you. I hope to join you in this winner's circle. Let's all show off our gold trophies to each other and be proud and excited for each other. And until next time, rock on with your bad selves. Oh, and also, if you want, you can check out a pile of other readings that are in this playlist. Many different reading methodologies. If this doesn't ring for you, maybe another one will. Okay, now, bye.